Okie dokie. I am ready now, and I'm 9 minutes late. We all know how much I hate being late. I feel like I'm more stressed out than you guys when I'm late. I am definitely more stressed out. I hate being late. It's like my biggest pet peeve in the entire world. There I am. Yeah, I know. I'm late. I hate it. I hate being late. It just bothers me so much. So I apologize. I know nobody cares. They're like, move on. You know, I care. I care and I respect your time. That's all. That I hate being late. Do. Okay. I'm back. I booked a session with Sam on the 10th. Yay. Lovely. So excited. I got movement, a rack, dim sale 2 days ago, but okay, I can't see, but nothing after that. Listen, we're focusing on the sales. We're not focusing on the intermission time. Remember, and this is just a pro tip before we begin the $5.5 million success story. Not trying to promote myself, but this woman used my equation to do it. And the equation masterclass is this Saturday for $23. So if you're not in that, wow, why is it 11:11 right now? If you're not in that, better get in it. Better get in it. That's all I'm saying. Better get in it. Gonna wait for my lovely lady to come online. But remember, if manifesting was real, I can't even read your comment. So much illiteracy in it that I'm just not even in the mood. So now that we've got the haters out of the room, because people are weird on the internet sometimes, we've got my beautiful girly that's done 5.5 million in 5 months. Crazy. I'm glowing. Look at me. I'm glowing. I hope it comes across on the screen. I am so gassed and lit up for my people's success. It's unreal. It's unreal. Completely unreal. You know you're famous once you got haters. Literally. It is recorded. It should record. So hopefully, also just like fresh out of the shower type of situation. So this is what it is. I want to allow her to come in. She's going to probably come in any moment now. And we're going to do a joint live. You're going to be capable of seeing her because she has the follower span to do it. And this is big money, big bags. Absolutely. Coffee jelly. Big money, big bags, everything big, basically. And it's so funny because I talk about all the time about how on my page, you've got to be a person that wants big ticket items because we're not doing small Band-Aid techniques or anything like that. We are doing the big ticket items. So I'm so motivated by you and your success stories. The extended journal just came in. I'm so happy for you. Oh my God, the journal is incredible. It really, really helps. And can you hear me, hon? Let's let technology load. Can you hear me, hon?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Are we good?
I think so.
Okay. Cool.
Perfect.
Oh, she's the 4.5 girl. Yeah, another one came in, y'all. I was literally sleeping listening to purses.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I didn't know that. Wait, you were, wait.
Oh my goodness.
That is fun.
Boy, oh boy.
Okay. So I gave the smallest introduction probably known to man before you came in. But for anybody who may be hopping on and off, this is my lovely supporter who has come into my world a while back. And she was kind of, just down the manifestation rabbit hole, seeing a bunch of different creators perhaps and things of that nature. And that was the time that my manifestation equation had kind of gone semi-viral or was on its way to go viral. I don't really remember back then. Time is really an illusion for my brain with how things have exploded. um, but that was the time frame where I had the equation just out in the wild, out on the internet just for the people, hoping and wishing and praying that individuals were morally sound. That wasn't the case, unfortunately, but that's okay. That's a story for another time. And she had used that wonderful equation and she had used that wonderful teaching and manifested in $4.5 million in under 30 days. So that in itself, like, that's like a snaps for Sasha type of situation. And then she was just like, but I want more money. You know what I mean? I just want money on money on money on money. So she continued to use that. And she's going to talk about it. And I'm going to shut up in a moment. And she ended up getting another check, another contract, whatever that may look like. I'm not very sure in her profession, for another million, bringing her total to 5.5 in 5 months. So 4.5 was just in the short time frame of 2022 when she found me towards the tail end of it, and then another million to just start off 2023. So, you know what I mean? That's just what happens over here. That's all I'm saying. No, I'm just kidding. So, I'm going to let our beautiful guest speak. And if you guys have any questions, any comments, any concerns, anything like that, definitely put it down there and I will try to pick out some ones that I think would be helpful for everybody to hear. And, we are going to do a little interview. So, I am ready when you are.
Okay, well, for starters, if you go back and watch our original video, I always tell how I met Persis. I actually met Persis when I was having a relationship struggle. It was one of the ones where I said to the universe, like, I am done. I'm like, I'm not doing it no more. And literally, I always say, if there's a way that this is going to change, show me.
Yeah.
Persis popped up instantly. And I was like, okay, another
Well,
manifestation coach. She's talking. Let's listen. But she said something different, y'all. That's what I'm trying to get everybody to see. She said something I had never heard before. I was like, wait, that sounds so simple, but why haven't I been thinking that? It's like your brain blocks knowledge when you just don't know it. And the moment somebody gives you something intelligent or something different, if you can accept it, don't let the block keep blocking you. You have to be like, wait, okay, no, hold on, let me try that. I tried it, it worked in a second. The male texts me, and I was like, what the? He hadn't been texting me. I was like, whoa, that worked. Kept using it and kept using it. I wasn't manifesting for the Millie offer that came in. Now, I will be honest, it's an opportunity, but it came directly to me. Some people had already been submitting to it, trying to get it. They came directly to my agent and was like, hey, Sasha, we want Sasha to do this one. And I looked, you don't understand that it's one thing to want to be a millionaire, and it's a different thing when you start seeing that word in your comfort in your messages. People saying, hey Sasha, come do this because I want you to be here for the $1 million. And it's like, whoa, a million? Like I can't, I'm still trying to take some of it in because some people don't even know that I'm experiencing it. Where I'm waking up and people are saying, hey, here, come with your, because I work in entertainment, come do this, and it's $1 million if we decide to work with you, but it's $1 million. $1 million opportunities started coming the moment I started doing purses. So that's what I want to get people to get. I don't want people to be like, oh, because some people are like, well, show me right now. I'm like, I need y'all to understand things weren't coming at all on that level. Thousands were coming. Millions started. This is literally right. Like, I'm telling you the truth. $1 million opportunities came when I started doing purses techniques. And honestly, that's all I have to say. That's just, if anybody want to ask something, but that's just the truth. Because it started off January. It came January 6th, 2023. I just opened my email. I hadn't said nothing to my agent that day. I literally woke up, looked, and it was like, million. I was like, I'm almost scared seeing the word. The word got power behind it or
I
something. I was like, whoa, another one? Because what am I going to do when another one
know.
comes?
DJ Khaled. My brain is like so overstimulated. As soon as you said another one, I was like, DJ
I
Khaled.
see why DJ Khaled say that. God wins. That's his other slogans.
Yeah.
All I do is win is his other slogan. Because
I'll,
when you learn how to manifest, you going to manifest just everything. Actually, let me not even put a limit in it. You will manifest everything and anything that you want.
yeah, absolutely. And I think that one, I'm touched. Thank you for such high praise. And I really obviously receive that very, very kindly because I really want like people to see the power of this. And I really want individuals to like come into my world and understand that life is limitless. It the only limit is the comprehension of your own mind and your own sense of spiritual evolution when you come into it. And it sounds like that's exactly what you experienced. Like I was just another coach to you. I was no one special. I was not somebody that was up on a pedestal. If anything, you probably felt like skeptical, like, okay, here's another coach talking. Like, great. Tell me something riveting.
It's
You
a
know what I mean?
lot.
And it was like it was like one of those situations where it's like I loved the fact that you were open to it and that God probably also connected us together because everyone is you pushed out in essence, and I'm always going to end up, and I intend that for my own page to attract individuals that I have the ability to change the trajectory of their lives. Like that's one of my own affirmations is like, please God, like allow me to be connected with millions because my goal is to reach the masses. Like I want to impact millions of people's lives for the better. Like that's my goal. That's my vision for like Persis. And
Mm-hmm.
I love that people get brought into my world and they just get the opportunity to have this education, have this knowledge. And then people like you, and I'm not saying that everybody is like not smart or anything like that, but the smart ones, the ones that are ready to have that change, they'll listen and they'll hear me and they'll hear the interviews, they'll hear these lives and they'll be like, interesting. Tell
Mm-hmm.
me, and they'll do something about it. There are some individuals, no disrespect to them, they're just chronic scrollers. They're just mass media consumers, but they're not applicable people just yet. It's almost like they're collecting Pokemons, but they're not really applying the information in any of them. And those are
Okay.
the individuals that I feel like have so much potential, but that potential maybe just isn't ready in their subconscious or their conscious mind to be explored and to be tapped into. But should you be just an observer, I also want this live to be a motivational factor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stop
Yeah. Oh,
collecting.
I love that. What Mara just said. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
She says people gifting her, and she said she started to notice, oh, it's manifestation working. Thank you. That one right there is a person who don't know how to manifest. They will make you think you ain't getting nowhere. Baby, nobody was offering me millions before I started doing Purses technique. I'm getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, and that's one of the things people will be like, oh, well, you weren't up. No, it's manifestation working, baby, which shows I am on the frequency of millions. Nobody's can take that from me.
True.
Me and millions are on the same frequency.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I see a question over here, which I like, which is how did you deal with not receiving anything in the beginning? Because I feel like that's the biggest struggle. You know what I mean? It's like staying persistent and consistent when you're at the very inception of changing your thought process, changing your mind, changing your assumptions, and you don't really have a lot in the physical to ground into. How do you deal with maybe doubt or not receiving anything in the very beginning?
How do I Okay. Do you have an answer for that first? Because I
I
think
do.
I still have to think. Just give me a
No, think
moment.
about it. I'll give my take on it, and then maybe my answer is actually in some instances your answer. My instance of my answer for how to deal with not receiving anything in the beginning is I like to go back to logic, which is if Persis knows what she's saying, if the law knows what it's teaching, if all I got to do is just change my assumption, come hell or come high water, moving mountains to do it, I'm just going to focus on that because I'm going to learn and I'm going to fact check Persis or I'm going to fact check this law and make sure, is this really the secret sauce or is it not? Because the way to deal with not receiving in the beginning is literally to just, in my world, remind myself of the process of manifestation, coming into it maybe with a more scientific curiosity and not putting the pressure of the world on the manifestation, and just being like, listen, if all I got to do is change my assumptions, I got nothing to lose and everything to gain. And most probably in many people's instances, maybe not yours, but maybe some people's instances, they have what I call empty hands right now anyway. So they literally have everything to
Mm-hmm.
gain by just science experimenting this and trying it out, because right now whatever you're doing is leading you to be not very happy. So we want you to be more happy, and you know that to get from this level to this level, something's got to change if you're not here. Some part of your thinking, some part of your action, some part of your feelings, some part of your identity is here, but your mindset is here. It makes a lot of logical sense that for something to move out here, if you don't already have it, something in your routine has to change. Something in your thinking or your frequency has to change to align your assumptions up here. That's the only way we get anything out of life. And to think about how we evolve even outside of manifestation and maybe just in these fun little quotes on the internet, the next level of you has a different identity. You have to become her, become him to be able to rise up. Because at the end of the day, if you could just think everything you're thinking now and get your desire, you'd already have it. The fact
Mm-hmm.
that you
Yeah.
don't says that something's missing. So you
Yeah.
need to get crystal clear on what that is. And that's where I really loved the invention of the manifestation equation, because it helped me ground into, and it took all the fluffy BS, pardon my French, out of manifestation, the more airiness of it. And it took it down to its building blocks and was like, okay, what do I actually have to do? Let's figure out what are these limiting beliefs, or what are these stories, or what are these answers as to why I maybe don't feel comfortable having it, why I don't have it, or what are my, identity and features of lack around it. So that way I can understand what it is to make actual action steps. And the way I deal with anything in life in terms of not receiving it is I just remember, if so sorry, my brother's calling me now. I'm going to send him a message. If this is what it says that it is, then
Mm-hmm.
it's going to give it to me anyway, because
Right.
I've created affirmations, I've created inner imaginal acts that tell me that I have it. So if I just persist, I'll get it.
Well, I know, say for instance, some people who are still new to manifestation, let's say that that's you and you're on here and you're asking, okay, but I'm having negative thoughts. How do I push past that? Well, one, I
Yeah.
think that's why they say that I want to manifest. Let's not do coffee because coffee is in your house. Say I want to manifest. For me, I started doing blue cars. When I see a blue car, I know I'm on the right path, or something that you believe, but still kind of weird. The reason
Mhm.
I say do that is because when you realize, okay, that worked, the next one for me is I look up to my gurus. And even though me and Persons are now cool, she started as a guru. I didn't know we was gonna get here. But I would be like, Percy says she just kept saying it on a negative day. On a negative day. Because think of this. Can it hurt you if you speak positive on a negative day?
Exactly.
How is that gonna hurt you? Like if you having the worst day and you're just like, no, today is a good day. I love my life. It's not hurting you. I get that that day might have just tore your ass up, but it's not going to hurt you. And see, what happened was I noticed when I would speak something positive over a negative day, the next day would lighten.
Yeah.
And then the next day would lighten. And I'm not saying stuff don't still occur in my life because it does, but
Yeah.
I'm just like, no. And also for me, now I wonder what she thinks of this law of polarity. That's
Oh,
another. I've noticed that the universe does this balance things. As something gets lower, the lower something got is the higher it can
yeah.
get. And sometimes when I get dragged literally by the universe and I'm like, universe, you would think that I don't believe in anything the way you just did me, I get a huge blessing.
Yeah.
And like,
I
oh,
yeah. I have
law
something to
of
say.
polarity, purses. Actually, the other day I had to go to Purse's TikTok and see this is why Purses also is going to love working with me because I'm telling the truth. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
I went to Persis' TikTok and I was like, I'm having one of them days. And Persis was like, right before all of this blew up, I was broke. Like, I love her little voice. She was
Yeah.
like, I didn't have no money. And then she literally, it was on the video. And I was like, okay. I'm like, I'm not tripping. Cause I'm like, what in the world? How do
Yeah.
some days I have amazing days and then some days I'm like, what
And
is
other day,
this?
like, what is going on? No, I completely understand. I completely understand wholeheartedly. I have a ton to say on law of polarity, but if I'm going to keep it down to just like a sentence, the thing that I believe about law of polarity is this. If you're existing in a really, really unfavorable reality, based on what Persis knows about quantum physics, this is what it is. Infinite parallel realities, all yielding a different outcome. Because in the law of physics, in infinity, no parallel reality has the exact same outcome. They're all individuals. The yin has to balance the yang. So,
Mm-hmm.
in some parallel realities, without getting too dark, there may be parallel realities where you're diagnosed with like a terminal illness. There may be parallel realities where you're a runner, you're a track star. You know what I mean? There may be other parallel realities where you're broke, other parallel realities where you're a millionaire. Think almost like, for those who may know, Rick and Morty vibes. So many different realities that are there. It's all about where you focus and where you align your inner subconscious mind to, that allows you to quantum leap into different realities and experience a completely different world, completely different life. But where I bring law of polarity into this, and where science brings law of polarity into this, is this. If you're in a really unfavorable reality, that is actually scientific evidence and scientific proof that there has to be a really, really positive reality, because the yin has to balance the yang. The positive has
Yeah.
to balance the negative. The negative has to balance the positive. So, actually, the way to have faith when nothing is moving is understanding that if you're in a really unfavorable reality, that means there has to be an identical one where everyone said yes. Everything came through as a yes rather than a no. And that is what I want people to have, that type of growth mindset of thinking. Is like, if you're right now really stuck between a rock and a hard place. I've had individuals come to me and invest like their last $300 in coaching with my father, a woman that was almost homeless with her 3 children, manifested a full year of rent in LA for free, and like completely solved her financial problems and everything like that. I personally think sometimes, and this is maybe a limiting belief of my own, but I know for me, it took me hitting rock bottom to finally be like, there's nothing more below this. I need to go up now. I need
Thank
to
you.
get my mental game in order.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Maybe I needed to hit that rock bottom for me, because I was getting so many answers from the universe. I was getting aligned to so many different people that were speaking what I needed to work on, but I didn't want to go inward. I didn't want to face myself. I didn't want to do my inner work. I wanted someone to give me the fast track where I could just omit this, because it was too triggering for me to look inward and be accountable for the negative jargon that was in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, why is it so bad in my brain to think positively? Like, you would think that I was just like on some different wavelength, some different frequency, because it was a struggle to just think positive thoughts about myself. And I was like, damn, who broke me? Who hurt me? I was like, it was because it was really difficult at that point in my life. But for people that maybe are at that rock bottom, or that are in an unfavorable reality, the law of polarity is actually something to ground into. Because it's like, if you're in an unfavorable reality, that means there's got to be a positive one. Regardless of whether you can comprehend that or not, I hope that you can get that message if that's something you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Oh my goodness. I think there was one question over here where someone asked about your manifestation routine. I know that sounds a little redundant because we kind of talked about that in the form of the equation, but do you want to speak on that? Like, how did you do it? Or, what was maybe
I mean,
unique?
I talked to you about it on the phone. I started out doing it as manual as Persis taught it, because
Yeah.
uh and Persis can pause me if she don't want to speak on that part, but pretty much it started on TikTok. Someone asked like, "Oh, is Sasha your client?" I'm not gonna front, but hey, sometimes it's how the universe gives stuff to me because I'm open to receive. I received Persis when she was still free. I'm just being honest. Like,
Yeah.
she might have had clients, but she had put it all on TikTok. I'm in business with being 100,
Yeah.
and I got it. So I just still use it, and now me and Persis are just cool. So it's like we talk, chat via phone, but
Yeah.
it's just one of those things where it's as simple as the negative thought. Let's say right now, um let me think of something. People always talk about love. Y'all love talking about
They
love, so say
talk,
that.
we're trying to talk about money and you guys are redirecting us.
Yeah, because yeah, the people are, so let's say your person isn't contacting you and you're like, he isn't contacting me because I must not be as pretty as the other girl. Immediately catch that thought. Catch it. And you know what you do? You now say it out the opposite way. He is contacting me because I'm the prettiest bitch he ever gonna talk to. It's as simple as that. It's so simple that I'm like, why didn't anybody else teach us this? And I got to give persons a crown. Because I don't care. I studied the other gurus. I'm telling y'all right now, but that was one of the best ones. Like 369 method, I love those two. 369 method, I think, is a good method to start or use if you want to just kind of start to understand manifestation. But honestly, persons is so simple and easy, but you do have to believe it though.
Yeah.
But I guess until you start to believe it, you can still just speak it. But it's as simple as catching your negative thought and then speaking it back out into the universe positively, reversing it.
And for definitely, I see one of the comments down there, maybe like a skeptic or maybe just like a nomad traveler, like maybe
Mhm.
not fully believing or
I
understanding.
feel you, baby girl.
Yeah, in the law of assumption. But one thing I want to speak on to that, should there be any skeptics in here, because I'd love for you to come over here and get everything that you ever wanted, is law of assumption is different than law of attraction. Law of
It is.
attraction is all about surrendering your power to the outside forces and saying, based on my past karma, based on whether Mercury is in retrograde, based on whether Jupiter is in my seventh house, or based on this, or based on outside entities, maybe I was just meant to suffer in this lifetime. Maybe I just was never destined to be prosperous. Maybe love was just never meant to work out for me. And it's so much of, in my mind, and this may be a little bit triggering for some people, a victim promotion mindset of saying that, you know what, based on how things work out for me, it means I'm worthy or not worthy. Based on, whether this happened or this happened, it just meant that life wasn't supposed to happen in that direction. No, we actually have a better information now because although law of attraction was the one celebs spoke on and it kind of went viral, it's actually not based on a law. And it's actually not backed by quantum physics. Now, the beauty of law of assumption states that whatever you think, feel, believe, and assume, you can have. So there's actually every parallel reality in existence where if you want to manifest a person, a place, a thing, a fat check, a prosperous acting career, or whatever it may be, you have the ability to do that. And there's nothing
Mhm.
actually outside of you. That's why I love law of assumption is it's saying that God is within you. And if even my religious people, may identify with this, you were made in God's image, perfect and whole as you are. I don't believe that in any religion, although I'm not going to get on the topic of religion, that any God would want their disciples to suffer, their disciples to, bleed and, be in that type of environment. And if that's the type of mentality that you have, that it's so close minded that you're literally in a situation where you're like, no, that just means that it's not meant to happen, this isn't for you. You know what I mean? This is literally not your vibe quite yet, but
Yeah.
maybe if you wanted to
It
come back at
comes
a time,
to
it's up to you.
But she's accurate. I've even given her my breakdown. I started Law of Attraction 2015. I started Law of Assumption 2021, and it's one of those things where, keeping it honest, things have already switched and come in faster. Now, I will say, because I had a law of attraction brain, I could understand assumption maybe better than someone who was completely new. But
Mhm.
I just started testing it on simple stuff. Like, say, for instance, when you wait on an Amazon package,
Yeah.
I would be like, okay, law of assumption says just picture the package. I'm like,
Yeah.
because they're saying it's going to come tomorrow. I would start picturing, closing my eyes, I need this by now, because me, once again, I work in entertainment and I'm an author. So like I may need a certain outfit. I'm like, I need it by tomorrow. I would close my eyes, picture it being delivered, and I would be like, they said it's gonna be there. I walk to the mailbox or open my door, it would come.
Yeah. It's literally just as simple as that. It's literally as simple as sitting down with yourself. For anybody who may be in a lack situation around money, let's try to bring it back over there. Ask yourself some fair and honest questions and be like, listen, what exactly are my beliefs right now? Or what are the stories that I have in play in my head that says why I can't have this? Because
Mm-hmm.
that is actually the exact answer key to this manifestation exam. Think about it. And once again, go back to kind of what I said a little bit earlier. And if you're ready to hear it, you're going to hear it. And if you're not ready to hear it, you're not going to understand what I say. But think of manifestation almost like a true and false exam. A and B, A and B, A and B, A and B, kind of down the whole scantron if you go back into our college days. And think of where you are now and where you want to go. You're not passing the exam right now because some part of your mindset or your belief system or your thoughts or your feelings or your assumptions or your identity just isn't on board with this. So we got to say, what exactly are the answers that I got wrong? Well, the way to understand the answers that I got wrong is to sit and go inward and be like, what are the beliefs that are actually countering me having this right now? Is it just
Mm-hmm.
that I'm focused too much on the lack? Because guess what? If I just focus on the lack, what am I going to get more of? Where are my
Yep.
sales? Why aren't people
Mm-hmm.
buying? I got one sale, but then I didn't get another one. Well, I wonder, what were you focusing on? You know what I
Yep.
mean? And it's like
Mm-hmm.
one of those situations where you got to take mental notes and be accountable to that. And you got to say, like, where is my mindset negatively contributing to my manifestation and preventing me from having it? Because obviously I'm sitting here with empty hands right now.
Mm-hmm.
Something's when you figure that out and when you actually use the 3D as your friend, keyword, use it as your friend, not as your enemy to get hurt about it. But the people that really want to
Mm-hmm.
unlock powerful,
Oh, that's golden.
yeah,
Happened yesterday.
yeah,
I got called a name, and I was like, that was rude. And the whole day yesterday, I was like, why are people were calling me a model because of one of the big campaigns I just did.
mm-hmm.
But then it hit me this morning, and I was like, wait, New York Fashion Week going on. Let me tell my agent she can submit me as a model. She sure can. I'm telling you, the more you learn to take a negative and push it back out the opposite way. And Persis taught me this. This is why I'm going to always give her props. I don't care how many times she records it. I don't care where it shows up. She taught me that. It's so simple that I'm like, why didn't somebody else teach us this?
Well, it's because I had to. I had to carry this community on my back. That's why I got shoulder problems now. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. That's just what
But
it is.
girl, I'm gonna help you whenever I can. I promise. Cause girl,
Yeah. But no, listen, the sooner that you see your 3D as your friend, because you have to actually look at your 3D no matter how unfavorable. And literally, this is how I see it in my mind. I fold my hands to my 3D and I say thank you. You know why? Because it's literally showing me everything that my belief system is not on board with. Imagine going and studying for an exam for months and failing. And then imagine getting the privilege to be in your society, be in your reality, and literally see all the gaps in your own belief system that you don't even got to go to a book and study, so to say. You just
mhm,
literally get to see what's in your 3D and then ask yourself, do I actually have a belief of this? Is this like a random occurrence? Or is this something that I'm dominantly assuming because I don't like this and I'd like to change it? If it's something that you're like, no, I actually have a belief in the opposite direction, you need to say thank you. Thank you for showing me what I need to work on, because you've
Mm-hmm.
literally given me the answer key to the next level of my life. But the problem with some people that they may not be ready to hear, they may not like it a little bit and get a little triggered, is like they use the 3D to maybe enable them their old selves, their old stories, or maybe a little bit of that victim mindset of like, this is why things can't work. This is why stuff can't happen. And it's like the sooner you get to see your 3D as actually your best friend, because it's given you all the things you need to work on internally, that's when your whole life changes, guys. And I will sing that phrase for you until the cows come home.
It's true.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Tell me, guys, do you have any questions for our lovely lady? Please do let me know. The conversation is worth millions. It really is, to be quite frank with you. I truly believe that, because it's literally got the ability to change the trajectory of your life.
Can you explain gut feelings, intuition? People say they use it as a guide.
I don't see. Oh, I see it now. Do you have an answer? Would you like me to go?
I person sometimes faster than me because I think very quickly. I mean, intuition. Well, I can't be honest. I use intuition all the time, but I'm trying to see how can I link that with my manifesting. So that's why I'm just like, I'm trying to understand the question more, I
Yeah.
guess. I don't
Basically,
know.
I'll chime in.
Okay, you can go ahead and go because I don't want to keep people waiting.
No, no. Gut intuition is actually something, if you think about this logically with me for a moment, like you'll definitely probably resonate with this a lot. If you have a gut feeling comes from an assumption. Now, if you have a gut feeling of, I just don't think money can work out for me, that means that your assumption is aligned to the state of being where you're in a lack mindset. This is how also the reason why psychics and tarot card readings and all that stuff really, in my mind, is just like a waste of time and energy, because all it's showing back to you is your own subconscious belief systems. And if you're not ready to change your subconscious, that gut feeling will always remain unfavorable. It will always remain unfavorable. You've got to be capable of, and you have the ability to change your gut feeling by changing your own assumptions. You will literally start to feel more positive about it. And I've seen it happen way too many times for it to be a coincidence, because think of even your situation, Sasha. I'm sure maybe you did not have a gut feeling that you'd be doing millions when you found me. You were like, this woman on the internet, tell me something riveting, because at the end of the day, I don't believe nothing that comes out of your mouth until I see it. And that eventually changed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I still don't think I don't know if I have an answer with that one yet. I don't know. That could be one that I haven't thought about
Mm-hmm.
on a different level. Because one thing about me, I am very spiritual, and sometimes manifestors aren't always spiritual. They
True.
actually are sometimes just scientific. Um, and at the end of the day, you can be whatever you want. Like at the same time, that's not. So that's why I'm like, I'm trying to see how do I use my intuition with manifesting. I don't know if.
I mean, you're definitely not forced to give an answer right now if you don't,
I
if
think okay. I think if I'm trying to think about what person said is, I think my intuition. Well, it's probably what person just said. I think my intuition and my gut feelings did expand as I began to like be more positive, but I don't know. Um I'm trying to think like, cause do I hear any intuition? Cause I'm very intuitive. I will be honest. Oh, okay. Actually, that just came in. Sometimes my intuition and gut feelings come with negative things. Boom, there it is. I was like, I feel like I'm trying to get something, but it won't come out.
no, it's
I
okay.
get intuitive and gut feelings is almost warnings. It's
Yeah.
like, don't do this. Whenever I'm affirming and speaking positive, it's more so I feel my intuition patting me on the back, like, you get it now. Or even I feel like God, higher power, whoever you believe in, was like, you finally get what I've been trying to tell all y'all this entire time. Like, and I think that's why God uses people like me in persons to now tell everybody else. Hey
Yeah.
y'all, this is how we can do it. Whether you believe in God, everybody knows me. If you follow me, I say I support whoever you believe in, Buddha, Jesus, whomever you believe in. Whoever you believe in is has been trying to. Some people believe in gods themselves, like
Yeah.
Oshun and things. Whomever you believe in probably been trying to tell you a message to get you to live a beautiful life on earth, and we just weren't always taught that.
Yeah. I'm blessed to be, and I think of that as myself as well. And I know you think of yourself that way. I'm blessed to be like a vessel to be able to impact the lives of people in a
Yeah.
positive direction because I feel like I just have the knowledge that everybody needs. You know what I mean? I feel like knowledge is something that never expires. The value only goes up in it. And especially the value of teachings like these, because it has literally the ability to change everything just with the power of what you allow in your head, what you associate with, what you identify with. That's literally the key to the universe. You know what I mean? That's the key to infinite creation. And that is something that can never be taken from you because once you have education, you have true power. I fully, firmly believe that. And I never understood what my father said when I was younger. I gave him a hard time. He would
Mm-hmm.
always tell me, though, that the education is the key to success. Education is the key to success. And now in
Knowledge
my,
power is what I was always taught.
yeah. And now in I totally get it now. I'm like, okay, I see what you mean now. Because without proper education, and even if you think about individuals on this application, over on YouTube, where this will get reposted to, or anywhere else,
Mm-hmm.
like there's so much misinformation out there. There's so many, perhaps even creators with lack mindset projecting it onto their people.
Yeah.
But like over here, I want you guys to understand I will always preach it to you. You can have, do, or be anything that you want. There's no limitation, no matter how poor your circumstance may seem right now. It has the ability to flip on a dime, should you just be open to it. The first step is saying that, you know what, I'm open to more, I'm open to better. I'm
Mm-hmm.
open to a higher quality because with the education that can never be robbed from you, it can never be taken from you. It can only enhance your life and your personal experience.
Okay. Well, I will definitely jump on this one because this is my genre.
Go.
Actually, I am an astrology girl. However, do not you don't have to believe in anything astrology, but guess what? There are astrology things that benefit you. Right now, I have the planet of abundance, which is Jupiter, in my 10th house. What is happening to me? Millions. You don't have to believe in astrology, but because I do, I now still use that to my benefit. I'm
Mhm.
like, ooh, I go in my chart and say, let me see what's positive. So at the same time, you never have to believe in astrology and you still gonna get something. However, I do. I like it. It's fun to me. So there's just that.
Yeah.
I believe in what you want because whatever you believe in, just allow it to be positive. Because you got good things coming to you. They're trying to come to you more than the negative stuff. Stop letting the negative stuff get to you first.
Let me ask you a question also, because I think it might help people. It just came into my head. What was maybe your area of most resistance when you figured out what your beliefs were that were kind of going against you? That was kind of the antithesis of your manifestation. And what was the easiest way to dissolve it? Was it just the repetition, or was the information in itself powerful enough to give you that belief on its own? I want to kind of understand what was your process.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on, what do you mean? Because I took it two ways. Do you mean like how did I start manifesting
So I
things?
like when you did the equation originally, when it was out here in the wild, when you
Uh-huh.
covered your area of most resistance, which you can share that belief should you remember it or not. How difficult was it for you to unlock it? Did you unlock it and
Oh,
just with the
oh, if you had asked me this, I would have had the actual journal over here. What did what was that resistance?
I
Um,
don't even remember it. You're like that was a lifetime ago.
I think it was along the lines of I am from Mississippi. There aren't a lot of huge stars from us, from where I'm from. It's Soldier Boy, and if anybody knows, who's it? Ray Shrummer? I think it's Ray Shrummer. And then probably, just being honest, I'm sure it's probably those are black stars, and then it's probably some other people who are like football players or something like that, but it's just because it wasn't a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a thought in my head that's like, I ain't good enough, like I'm not good enough. And it's like, why would they pick me?
Mm-hmm.
And then I started with purses. I started to say purses teaches you to take the thoughts that are the negative ones. And I'm trying to just give y'all a few. I'm trusting, like I said, maybe me and Purses gonna be together plenty of times. We even gonna be at events and retreats. So one day I may have the actual book to tell y'all, but that was one of the main ones, was I wasn't good enough and why would they pick me? Purses, her thing says, okay, now flip that. Why would they pick me? I list everything about me that I loved. I love this about me. I love this. And guess what? Now people are flat out when they come to me. They like, oh, wow, Sasha, we love your personality. That was one of the things I listed. People love my personality. If I'm being honest, some of y'all have said it on here today. And honestly, it was those things. People were like, oh, but I ain't never met nobody like Sasha. And it was like, oh, and guess what? I started getting bookings and people wanting to book me for an event or hire me for their show or whatever. And it's like they want to say, oh, we want to give Sasha a chance because we do like that about her. Also, down to even this is I'm vitiligo. Some people don't know it, but Michael Jackson was vitiligo, had vitiligo, however you want to say it. It's when you get patches of a different color on your skin. And some days I just get completely recruited just for being vitiligo. And once again, vitiligans are known for not even wanting to be present
Yeah.
because we look so different. So
Right.
it was down to I just started saying the positive things on and the unique things about myself on why, okay, well, they can book me because of this. Because once again, it was Persis' technique to do that.
Yeah. I love it. Did you take any action steps? I know some people are like all about the action steps. And I know that in some instances, action is important, but I think action without the correct mindset is still going to keep you in the hamster wheel.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Action steps. Um, hmm. Give me a small example of what do you mean by action steps
So
from.
I'll give you an example because that was one of the questions. The girlie over here said, "Did you take any action steps like send a tape or get an agent?"
I have an agent.
Yeah, she
And
already has an agent. Yeah.
one of the things also is I even like this mantra. I don't chase, I attract.
Hmm.
Sometimes things just come to me directly through my agent. Or like today, I did go and say, hey, okay, if people want to call me a model and not an actress as a negative, let me go see if Fashion Week got some open stuff. So if y'all see me on Fashion Week, y'all saw it here at
Yeah.
the raw state. Because the thing is, I'm now completely what Persis taught me. Literally, Persis could have been my God because it's to the point where she said, "Oh, turn it, flip a negative." So people wanted to call me a negative, to call and say, "Oh, well, she's a model.
Yeah.
She didn't do that, so she's not an actress completely yet." Okay, well, guess what I'm finna do? I'm about to go see who wants to hire a model then, because like that's just what it is. I'm
Hmm.
just gonna flip. I'm gonna use any negative that a person that the 3D sends as a positive. So that was a form of action. I took something that someone said negatively and I looked into it like, And sometimes don't expect it to come that right moment when it happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes in that moment you may still be upset. That second epitome, that second thought to one of the people talking about intuition and gut feelings, that hit this morning. I was just on my phone and I saw it and I was like, oh wait, I didn't even think about that because baby,
Yeah.
models get paid well too.
They do. They actually do. And I love it. And I love it tremendously. I think it's so wonderful. Some people are commenting about the equation. So for anybody that may be in and out of this live, which I know we have a little bit of jumpers here and there, I want to kind of recenter what did Sasha actually do? She used the equation, the manifestation equation. Now, for individuals that may be completely new here, completely new here, manifestation equation is literally what put me on the map, I guess you can say, in the manifestation community. Now, the actual full equation was there with tutorials and everything like that on the internet a few months back. But due to creators, stealing it and trying to pass it off as their own and trying to make money off of it. I had to take it down. And so the beauty and kind of the irony also of this live coming in as another success story at this time is, and if you resonate with it, it's for you. And if you don't resonate with it, that's fine. I'm doing a literally $23 class where I give individuals that buy that ticket the whole re-access to those trainings, those tutorials, that equation, because I have had to take it down and copyright it. Even with copyright on it, people still want to act funny and play games. So even though it has legal protection, I cannot spend my time going after so many different people. And because I'm so protective of intellectual property that is my own, that was the blood, sweat, and tears of literally years of effort and education in this field,
Mm.
I'm just not going to put it back on the internet. So if you're really serious about changing your life, it's literally $23. If you don't have $23 for your own future, maybe it's just not that time for you. But it's coming up actually this Saturday. And regardless of whether or not like it's for you or not, literally you can get it, you can re-access it, and then from there, sky is
Hey, it does. I get what you're saying. You're saying Joe Dispenza created one before that, but guess what, baby? I listened to Joe Dispenza. His didn't reach me. This is
yeah.
what y'all gotta understand. Some people still can't get your brain to break it down. It's
Hmm.
not. This is no disrespect to Joe Dispenza or Abraham Hicks. I love Abraham Hicks. The point was, and it's gonna ever be coming from me, is Persis broke it down to the point where when she told me, I started getting $1 million opportunities.
Yeah.
That's what I need you to get. I wasn't getting no $1 million opportunities before the way Persis helped me see, oh, wait, push that out. So
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but I don't agree with what you're saying that, oh, she got it from. I don't care if it's similar to something Joe Dispenza does. Joe Dispenza, I've watched him before. His didn't do it.
Yeah.
So there's that.
It's not a copy off of anything. It's literally something I created out of my own mind on a blank sheet of paper, and that was how that worked.
Oh, good.
But I love it. I love all these opinions, and it is something for the individual that's asking down there, Irisa, maybe. It's going to be taught live. It's going to be those situations where it's also recorded, and you also get to keep the training. So it's completely up to you if you guys want to come and play in that world of mine. I just want to let you know there's no part of me that didn't want you guys to continue to have it. But unfortunately, I'm just too protective of my hard work. And I just think it's morally and ethically wrong for people to go out of their way to keep going and trying to make something theirs that they know is not theirs. So that's all I'll say on that. That's just kind of unfortunately putting me between a rock and a hard place.
Music can help. Uh, I mean, it depends on how you use your music, but music can one lift you to a higher vibration, and music can also show
Yeah.
you that a person who sang the lyrics when they were at a lower state, they are now at a higher state. Drake be manifesting all the time.
Yeah.
Why Drake is one of my favorite artists, and I
Yeah.
can't wait to meet him to tell him directly. It was days where I didn't even want to be like, my career ain't doing nothing. Turn on a Drake song, period.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's a big manifestation junkie. I really want to and I know we've never talked about this, but this is just a goal of mine. I spoke about this in one of my programs. I can't remember which one, maybe self-concept or maybe obsession, I'm not sure. But it's so hilarious because someone made a comment in one of my group programs where they were like, how come these celebrities don't always have access to the love manifestation information? They're really good in manifesting business, but not love. And they dropped a few celebrity names, and I'm like, you have no idea. I've literally been rehearsing in my head what I would look like in Khloe Kardashian's living room or what I would look like in Kim Kardashian's living room. I'm like, I think these people need my help, and I just want to break into the manifestation space in the celebrity aspect, because some of these people are a boss in career, but they're not doing
Mm-hmm.
good in love. Or some people are really good in love and they're not getting the career to explode. Either way,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just funny. I think it's super hilarious. The Khloe Kardashian comment. I say that with all due respect, because I feel like that family has just gone through a lot. I'm not saying it as a hater to the Kardashian family. I just say it that I think I can add a lot of value with Kris Jenner as my agent and me being in their living room. That's all I'm saying. I was the obsession group. I remember. Okay, that's funny. Yeah, I couldn't remember what group it was, but I thought it was hysterical. All reality TV and FYP needs you. That's that's funny. So I think you guys may be done on questions, unless you see anything, Sasha, that you would like to add into this situation.
Let's see. Someone asked about music again. I will say a small thing I did was I took songs that I felt helped me manifest or helped get me on like positive thoughts, and I just made them a playlist
Mm-hmm.
because that's helpful to me. Like on those days and those moments where thoughts are just going crazy, you sometimes need something to continue to push you over it. And then also my new slogan that people on my page know, I literally say a manifestation is like an explosion, a boom, especially one you've been waiting on. You will literally just pick up your phone and it's there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And we want you to understand that as you continue to grow and evolve as a master manifester. Persis SP just asked me, oh, sorry, something happened here, if I could give him another chance. You always have breakthroughs on these lives, girl. This girl has been here in my community for ages, maybe even from like June when I first. You're going to have a breakthrough on this live. You have a breakthrough on all my lives. It's so hilarious. But oh goodness, I was just about to say something. Okay, I got it back now. The next level of your life, even as Sasha probably continues to grow, as she will grow exponentially, I will grow exponentially, you guys will grow exponentially, there will always be resistance in your life in some capacity, but resistance is not bad. You know what I mean? There was a different level of resistance I had when I first came into the world versus the resistance that I have now towards my next level. There was a different level of resistance for Sasha when she first came into wanting to get into the millionaire category, and her resistance right now towards maybe $10 million capacities, $20 million capacities, because we'll always have stories on why the next level may be like, oof, that feels a little bit interesting. Let me go inward once again and once again use that equation and be like, why does this feel a little bit like uneasy? Why does this feel a little bit uncomfortable? If you are a person that loves to grow, that loves to thrive, that loves to excel, that is kind of like Persis, which I describe Persis as an individual that always wants to be more, do more, accomplish more, excel more, succeed more, get more accolades, more awards, more accomplishments. You're always going to be facing your mind in some capacity to see, like, okay, what do I have going on in here that is prohibiting me from my next level? And the sooner you see that resistance as your friend, because once again, it's the literal answer key to your quantum leap, that's when everything changes. Do not fear resistance. Say thank you for showing me what I need to work on and get to work. That's the easiest way to get to the next level of your life, because the more time you spend marinating in it, that could be time spent in actually dissolving that resistance. What do you want to be doing? Do you want to dissolve the resistance, or do you want to give power to the circumstances? Because you can only plug one outlet in at a time. Where are you giving your energy to? You got to be very careful. Your energy is priceless. Do not waste it on things that do not actually yield you an outcome, especially even if you may just be doing manifestation out of a more selfish interest to just get what you want. It's actually against your selfish interest to power your circumstances. Power dissolving the resistance instead and see how fast life catches up. Do. Okay, so I think we've answered majority of the questions. You tell me, Sasha, do you have any last closing statements or anything else that you'd like to add?
Um, I think that's about it. Oh, well, somebody said, have I manifested other things? Well, technically, life is just all a form of manifestation. So that's what I believe. Um, but I will say the difference is now I'm a knowing manifester. Like I I just do it differently. But yeah, I mean, I've accomplished a whole lot of things in life, you know. So yeah, I've manifested other things. It's just that right now I do have a set goal. But I mean, honestly, that goal, those things are coming, and this is what Purses is featuring me for, is my new desires are
Yeah.
coming. It's not even to the point where it was a point where they were still far off. It's like now I see them directly. So um literally Persis just contacted me. She was like, yo, girl, anything new? I was like, well, I just got contacted about this. Like, it's to the point where things are just coming to me some days.
Yeah. No, I'm super, in case it's not obviously evident with how much I was glowing. I know you didn't see that when you first came on, but I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for your success. And I know it's going to just keep skyrocketing up. And you know what? Headed for bigger and better, greater things. We're going to have, I know, like a $20 million success story pretty soon. And it's just going to keep going upwards and it's just going to keep going up and keep going up. So I can't wait to see, because millions, and I said this in a previous live when I saw her here, because she's busy. You know, she's Mrs. Worldwide. You know, she's busy. She doesn't always have the same time, I think, that she had before. But as Mrs. Worldwide, you know, she came into the chat a little while back and I told her, and I was kind of giving her a little bit of empowerment, that millions is the only currency you deal in. And I know that that's going to be true for her, you know, for the rest of her life, because she unlocked it. Once you unlock it, the next million is inevitable. The next million is inevitable. The next million is inevitable.
That's how I felt when the next opportunity came in. I was like, oh wow, they say the your hardest, the first million is the hardest. That's what
Yeah.
they say. Um But yeah, it's to the point where like investors are contacting me. Because the thing
Yeah.
is, and one thing about me, I have 6 published books, 9 written, working on the 10th. At any given moment, an investor can flat out say, and because my name is now being spread, I want to invest this. And once you invest something, then I'm just going to make more money. It's to the point where now I see without a doubt that I have made it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm exactly where I always wanted to be. And at this point, all I'm doing is patiently waiting. And each day, another person spoke on. So, what are your actions? Acting. Today, I was contacted about some grants. I'm about to go get off live with Purses, go apply. I don't just sit and wait for my money either. Because don't get me wrong, sometimes it will just come to you. But I am still actively acting as if the girl who still like, because I'm not gonna stop. I'm just not gonna stop until maybe one day I feel like I want to fully retire or something. But no, I'm gonna go apply to that too, because it's like,
No, she's taken opportunities and she's seeking out opportunities that are in alignment with her new identity, her new self concept as that millionaire. So that's the beauty of it. That's where I think aligned action comes from. Is she's still contacting her agent as Miss Big Money, and she's still getting those opportunities, and she's still sending in those tapes, or she's still sending in that resume and things of that nature. And she's getting it, and she's getting more offers, she's getting more publicity, she's the face of a campaign,
mm-hmm.
she's doing a ton. And it's like it came from her mindset first. Now, do I think, and this is maybe where you can add in and chime in the beginning, before you found me, you were probably still putting things out there, but it wasn't moving. Why? Because the mindset wasn't on board. When the mindset came on board, you
Mm-hmm.
aligned with a whole different caliber of opportunities.
Say for instance, and this is the thing, I promise you, I, because I'm an author, I break everything down. I was writing I Am a Millionaire probably in 2021 when some of the big names, I can't even say it because I have NDAs, but some of the big names started to reach out to me. So don't get me wrong, I had manifestations coming into me when I started really doing Law of Assumption, which was 2021. However, that M word, I hadn't had no opportunity to come into that. Literally started doing Purses, and it was more so Purses helped unlock maybe a blockage that I had that I didn't realize I had. And then it was after that woke up and it was like, whoa, Like, it's to the point where it took me a moment to really realize, like, no, ain't no way. Not that one. Because
Yeah.
let's be honest, we all know what that M word, that's a big one. It was
Hmm.
like, no, ain't no way. Ain't no way. And then literally 2023 woke up another morning and it was like, hey, these investors are trying to decide who to give
Yeah.
$1 million. And whereas some people will still say, oh, okay, well, that's just an opportunity. You got to understand how manifestation works. I wasn't even getting the opportunities. The opportunities were still in the thousands.
Yeah.
And I said that at the beginning, but some people came in late. So I'm trying to, as we close, just summarize what it
Yeah.
was. Manifestation is showing me Sasha Owens is on the frequency of millions.
Yeah.
I'm not just in the thousand era anymore.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting I can go to my phone right now and type where people are saying, hey girl, we want to talk to you about giving you millions.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
And
yeah.
I want to say, like, at the end of the day, even though her career, her job is in something different, there's no reason for why millions can't be accessible to the masses. We have individuals start startups, become entrepreneurs, get the idea for the inception of a wonderful business that goes crazy. It doesn't mean that you have to stay conformed. At the end of the day, millions is just as accessible for you as it is for anybody else because it's not defined by what you do for a living. As long as you can get into the mindset of millions, whatever idea you need to
Mm-hmm.
have, whatever people's paths you need to cross, whatever situation needs to occur, like Neville spoke of, whoever has to move, be it one person or a million, will move for you to get your desire. Your work is to make the assumption. Don't overcomplicate things.
Yep. And
Do
I
not,
want to specify that to anybody.
yeah,
The way I'm boldly speaking is because that's my assumption. I told myself, oh well, this is how you can get the millions, girl. And don't get me wrong, the first one that popped up, I didn't know it was gonna pop up that way. So that's another one of my main things is releasing the how.
yeah,
When I was running around speaking, oh, I'm gonna be a millionaire and hadn't seen no offers, no nothing. The key thing is to release the how. Don't even say like, oh, it makes sense now why she got it. She did this, this, and that. No, release the how because you'll be surprised. It's different. The universe will do it in different, unique ways. Don't overthink it.
don't overthink it, literally. I think that's the biggest thing that hinders people is they just want to control how it happens. Although you can mess with the middle. This is what I gave as an example in my live last night. And this is the last thing I'll say before we close because I know it's already going to be a long live. Is
It
like
is. We
you
probably did hit an hour.
yeah, you could literally be getting a quarter based on like your thought process of how you think something's going to play out. But what the universe has in store for you when you do your assumptions is like this huge bouquet. So it's like, what do you want? Do you want what your logical mind can comprehend? Or do you want the way that's actually going to bring you so much more fulfillment and joy and happiness and, abundance? Sometimes the way that you can comprehend it, you're actually robbing yourself from having a more profound experience of something coming to you because you're trying to play micromanager. And the thing is, nothing wrong with playing micromanager, but usually the individuals playing micromanager don't even have nothing to micromanage because in a micromanager's mindset, they're focused usually on micromanaging coming from a place of, I don't see how this can happen. I need to control how this happens. And
Mhm.
that in itself is the definition of lack. So it's not that we can't receive something through a specific outlet should we want to. But if you're already focusing that level of specificity, there's probably a reason that you have a lot of resistance towards that. And should you just focus to your big ticket item, to your end goal, you have an ability to maybe even receive this faster and in an even greater way. And that's what you should be focused on because what you actually want is to receive it. So you don't need to create more work for your brain if you're just after receiving anyway. Someone that messes with the middle is probably someone that may never even get to the end. That's what I got to say. But I will let you go. I really appreciate your time, your energy, your effort towards this. I know it went way longer. I have a little bit of a headache with how much media consumption I have right now, but that's okay. I hope that this was helpful
Girl, it's all good. This is what
because I
I
feel
do
like
some
you
days, all day.
all day. You know what I mean? You stare at screens all day and you get a little bit of a migraine. But that's okay. That's my job. So that's what I got to do. I hope you guys have enjoyed.
Okay.
I hope you enjoy it. And listen, I will see you and I will talk to you very soon, my love.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye. Alrighty, guys. I will definitely say, I think that this was a very powerful live, and it's something that you guys can come back to and watch again and again. I There were so many questions in there about where do we get the manifestation equation now. There is a master class. It is in the pinned videos. So there's two things that I highly recommend for individuals that want to really focus on unlocking the next level of their life. And both of them are in the pinned videos. One of them is my Amazon manifestation journal, which also has the equation in it. If you're taking the master class, try to get the journal with it. It gives you a 90-day plan for how to use the equation. If your invite is still pending, hun, it's because I'm in this live. How could I possibly let you in? I'm so sorry. I only let people in once or twice a day. So as soon as you do purchase that ticket, just please be patient because it is a little bit of my day off. I probably do want to relax a little bit, but I do go every evening into my Facebook and I do permit everybody in. And, that's what it is. The journal that I recommend is literally linked into the pinned video. It comes in regular and extended. So, based on the descriptions that you read, which everybody is, touting how wonderful and incredible and thorough the journal is, it could be the wonderful accompaniment to really start the next level of your life. I really implore you to please get this masterclass because the price will be raising. And if you don't get it now, it's probably going to go up because I'm putting in way too much effort to charge this low of a price. And I'm kind of realizing that now. So the journal and the ticket to the masterclass is in the pinned videos at the top. The chosen masterclass comes up actually 1 week later, which is for individuals that may be more SP focused. I know that this was a live about money. The chosen masterclass is something that could be supreme for you because in that masterclass, I teach you how to use the equation in love and teach you the identity of the individual that is becoming chosen, as well as the concept of desire regarding getting chosen. So the journal price is not something that I can control due to the fact that it is a book that I used Amazon for publishing on. Amazon randomly discounts its products at all given points in time. Right now, my journal is on discount, I believe, the regular edition. However, to give you an understanding of what the price of the journal is $50 for either journal. So it has the manifestation equation, it has weekly accountability pages, it has a manifestation routine, and it has a 90-day plan. So it's a lot for $50, and I still think $50 is a heck of a steal. If you see the price is anything less than 50 on your Amazon, get it now because the possibility is that it's only going to go back up to regular price. I have no control over Amazon's discounts. They could choose to discount my product to $40 today and I have no control over it. That's one of the things that I don't have the ability to control. So everything is in the link in my bio for the Amazon journal, or you can literally go to the pinned video. The scientific journal, which is the extended journal, is just the extended edition. So you'll see a different imagery and it'll also say extended edition. I think that's a wonderful accompaniment to the manifestation equation masterclass for everybody that got in at the low price. Price is definitely going to be raised. So please get in there ASAP. Otherwise, I can't do anything. If you message me later and say, can I just have the lower price? I'm going to say no because it's just too much. You know what I mean? It's just too much. It's too much information and it's too much quality for such a nominal price. A lot of the questions can be answered by going to my website. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that is what I'll have to say. Just purchase the Be Chosen Masterclass. Yay. Journal is optional. Yes. If you don't want it, if it's not something you're quite sure that you want to commit to, then don't grab it. Everybody has kind of purchased it. There's been more than 300 sales of the journal in just 25 days. So it is a very popular trending item that people are loving. You can definitely go check out the reviews. They're all pretty consistent of what an incredible journal that this is. I made it with the intention of being the solution to everybody's problem. You know what I mean? That's what I literally just love being. I love being the solution to people's problems. And yeah, I just really, really love it. I love it tremendously. So the journal is there if you want it. The masterclass for Be Chosen, as well as just the regular manifestation equation, is there. And personal coaching, group coaching. I'm currently going through the How to Get Them Obsessed with You program. People are getting SPs and text messages and individuals writing songs about them and getting asked to be their Valentine and all these fun, wonderful, yummy, delicious things. I'm obsessed with the Obsession program. I did not expect, once again, to get this level of results from a program in like the first 4 days. So it's crazy. I got the extended version. It's definitely excellent quality. Thanks, Persis. Thank you for supporting my little small business. I make all my products with a lot of love and with the intention, without being too redundant, to just be the solution to people's problems. I just want to help people see things the way that I see things and help them unlock the next level of their life. If you guys have any other questions for me, you can definitely email me. My contact section is on my website, or you can just literally use my username at gmail.com, and we'd be more than happy to answer questions over there. If you have purchased any of these programs and you've not been let in, please give us a few hours to do so. Do not freak out. We are going to go through things one by one. There have been huge booms of these master classes, and it does take us time to get people in. What I would say is if you do not get in within 24 hours, then you can send us a message, but at least give us a full day to go through the volume of people that we have. Where you buy tickets for the masterclass is in either of my pinned videos or on my website underneath group coaching. So that is where all the information is. I appreciate the love. I literally appreciate it so, so much. And yeah, we are going to have an incredible time. So I hope to see you in there. I hope to be the vessel of individual that can help you see things differently and to change your life in a positive direction. And this YouTube upload of this live will definitely be there sometime today. So I will see you soon.